Hi everyone, Richard Robbins here. What I want to talk to you about today is how can you double your referrals? Now I'm sure you're probably getting lots of referrals right now. The question is, could you get more? And of course the answer to that is yes, we can all get more referrals. Well, there's a concept that I teach called SLAW, and it's S-L-A. No, not coleslaw, but SLAW. And I think what happens in a lot of cases when we're working with our clients, we're thinking about how do I satisfy clients? But let me ask you this. Will a satisfied client necessarily do business with you again? And not necessarily, because we've probably all had that experience where you sold somebody a house 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, you're driving to work one day, and what do you see? You see somebody else's sign on their front lawn, right? And that drives you nuts. I remember if that happened to me, and I used to get so upset it would knock me out for the day. And then I remember somebody said to me one time, they said, well, why do you think it's their fault? It's not their fault, it is your fault, because obviously I never stayed in touch, I wasn't top of mind, maybe you send them a calendar once a year, but that's not going to do the trick. So the second component, the L, is for loyalty. So we don't want to just create satisfaction, we want to create loyalty, but I'm going to show you how to take it beyond that. And why is because, will a loyal client do business with you again? The answer is yes, that's what loyalty means. But will a loyal client refer business to you? And no, not always. Possibly, yes, but not always. So how do we take it to the next level? Well, what we want to do is we want to develop what I call advocacy. So that's the A, okay, in SLAW. Advocacy is where people will take a stand for you, where people will shout out your name, where people will have a conversation with somebody else and say, listen, if you're going to sell your house, you need to deal with Richard Robbins. All of a sudden, they're going to actually put themselves at risk for you because they believe so much in what it is you do. So then you say, well, how do you develop advocacy? I think satisfaction, that's sort of what you're going to do during the process of when they're buying or selling. Loyalty, quite often the same, and also then what you do afterwards, because I believe the value you bring to the market after the sale is even more important than the value you bring to the market before the sale. But what we've got to do is bring such significant value to them that they become advocates. Because when you go way out of your way to help people after the sale, when they're just homeowners, they're not necessarily buyers or sellers, when you now take a stand for them, when you're always trying to help them, then they will start to help you. Now imagine this. Imagine if you had 100 people and they were advocates. So generally speaking, real estate agents, they wake up in the morning and they got to go find people who want to buy and sell real estate. Can you imagine if you had 100 people helping you with that task? Wouldn't that make your job a little easier? Can you imagine you're on a holiday, other people are helping you build your business while you're away? How cool would that be? So a couple ideas. Here's one right here. Bill Parnaby, he's been a coaching member for a long time, okay? And this is called the trades list. And what Bill Parnaby does is he sends out a note, an email to all of his clients, and he says, have you dealt with a trade recently that did a really good job for you? And then they send in the trade, and he's got in here, he's got accountants, he's got appliance repairs, basement leaks, builders and contractors, it goes on, fences, fireplace, florists, flooring, fitness, wellness, garage doors, glasswork, handyman, heating and air conditioning, home security, it goes on and on and on. Then what he does is he takes all of these trades that come back to him, he creates a list, and then he sends it back out by email, but also provides them with a really cool hard copy like this. Well, what homeowner wouldn't like to have a trades list of people that, can help them around their home, especially in the spring, and that's when he sends it out. He also posts this on his website. Is that valuable to these people? 100%. What about providing them with a complimentary market evaluation of their home once or twice a year? Is that of value? And the answer is yes. What about client appreciation parties? Is that of value? The answer is yes. See, here's what you got to think about. Giving starts the receiving process. And if you would go out into the world and if you would constantly be thinking about how can I bring value to the people I serve, I promise you this, those people will start to bring value back to you. Anyway, always remember, it is a beautiful life, everybody. Get out there and make it count.